afternoon. All right, parents, once again, thank you for coming to our February parent as part of the network meeting, our PPN meeting. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you have not yet done so, please put your child's name and grade in the chat, please. As we move forward, we'll start off in our regular tradition of having Mr. Anderson from the elementary school start us off, and we go middle, and then we go high, and then we'll turn it over to our attendance team.
Right on. Good evening, parents. Happy New Year. I don't think we met since the New Year, or maybe we have. um, but I just want to go over some events that we have in the month of February as we close out this month. Let's see. We have our Black History Quiz Bowl. Now we're going to be doing a grade level competition on the 23rd, and that's going to determine who's going to make it to the school-wide Black History Quiz Bowl. And so that event is going to happen on March 1st. And that event, well, parents are going to be invited to that event to see their particular grade level winner compete for that ultimate prize. This is our second annually time that we're doing this, so it's going to be a great event. Let's see, on the 28th of February, we have University of Michigan Engineering coming to visit our 5th grade students. On the 29th of February, we have our annual honors dinner, and that's for our students who receive 4.0 GPA for the first and second quarter. And going into March, of course, March is reading month. So we have a wide range of activities for that month. We're going to have our book fair out again. We're also going to be doing some things we haven't done. We're going to be honoring on March 13th, 313 Day. So look for some information on how we're going to represent Detroit on that day. We're also going to be celebrating March 14th, which is Pi Day. Students will be participating in some activities dealing with the pi number, and then I believe before we actually meet again for the PPN network, we're going to have the Leaders for Life Detroit Lions Assembly. We had that last year. That's scheduled for March 15th. And then we have parent-teacher conferences on the 19th. So I think that's pretty much it going up until we meet again next month. That's all for the elementary.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anderson, for sharing off the elementary. Parents, if you have any questions for Mr. Anderson, just go ahead and put those questions in the chat right now, and we'll hop on to Mr. Waters in the middle school.
Good evening, parents. Just a few quick announcements. Number one, we set out an initiative for our Chromebook pickups. Those students in need of Chromebooks. In case we go virtual or have to go virtual, we are providing Chromebooks for all students. That also will support our upcoming initiative, which is an iReady initiative. And with this initiative, we are offering students the opportunity to earn 10 points extra credit in ELA and math every week. And with this initiative, it's called iReady. Students are going to be required to spend 45 minutes per week on math and ELA learning pathways. They have already done a diagnostic assessment. A learning path has been created for them, and they have to spend 45 minutes per week each on ELA and math. And if they have finished their allotted time, they will be able to earn 10 minutes extra credit in both ELA and math. A letter will be going home tomorrow explaining this. We will also provide training next week on parents, so they will be able to understand the essential questions that may be asked concerning iReady and understand the dynamics of iReady. Also, we have our after-school enrichment program that goes on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Parents, we're offering students the opportunity to participate in martial arts, Fresh Nation Broadcasting, Leadership in Sports, Golf, Coding, and another program called Life Builders. Again, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. If your student has not received a permission slip, please ask them to come to the office so we can provide that for them, because they cannot start until they complete the permission slip. And then finally, well, two more things. We are in the process of completing our NWEA testing and math and reading. We should be complete with that by the end of this week. And lastly, we have after-school tutorial that has already commenced. If those students that are involved in that will be contacted by the academic advisors in middle school. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Waters. Parents, if you have any questions, Mr. Waters, the co-principal of the middle school, please chime in and put it in the chat. We have a lot of, Mr. Waters and Mr. Anderson gave a lot of important information coming up for the month of March, different initiatives that's going in place right now. So if you have any questions, please put in the chat. And without further ado, Mr. Erickson, high school principal.
All right, good evening, parents. Thank you for coming out. Couple updates from the high school. Well, first and foremost, we honored our honor students from semester 1 last week. We had 288 students with the 3.0 or higher. So we appreciate any parents who came out, and we had a lot of students very close to that 3.0 as well. And we're hoping we can get them for this next semester. Upcoming, we have a mobile Black History Museum during the day on this coming Monday, where we have an individual bringing in over 1,000 artifacts. So that'll be occurring in 9th and 10th grade social studies classes. If you have a 9th or 10th grade student, be sure to ask them about the experience. We're going to set up in the gym, a really engaging museum experience at CPA for them. On Wednesday, we have our Black History program from 6 to 8 in the district auditorium. Come out and support. And next week, our boys varsity basketball team, we're actually hosting the playoffs. We don't have times yet, but there is a GoFan app where you purchase tickets, and the times will be up there once it's all scheduled and we can see how we progress through the tournament. A couple other reminders. We do have SAT boot camp after school for our 11th grade students. The SAT is coming up in April. So if you have an 11th grade student, they can see Miss Hunt. Register. We have pizza. It's on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3:30 to 5 o'clock. We do have spots available. And for all students, we encourage them to check their power schools. Any class they are not doing well, and we have office hours at least one day after school. And when I'm done with this presentation, I will put the link in the chat to see when office hours are for a given teacher. So if you're having trouble with Ms. Johnson, you can see which day per week after school, at least one, she'll be available to assist your child. So I'll drop that in, and we hope that our students take advantage of that as well. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, Mr. Erickson. Once again, parents, if you have not yet done so, please put your child's name and grade in the chat, as well as if you have any questions for either of the three principals, please put that in the chat and we'll cover those at the end. Also, parents, we have another, last month we did cancel the PPN, Mr. Anderson, because of snow. So we didn't get a chance to meet in January. But if you have any topics you want us to cover or talk about in our March, April, and May meetings, parents, please put that in the chat. Any topics you want us to have a presentation on from the school principals, social workers, counselors, attendance team, please make sure you put that in the chat. And we will try to set up something to present for you on that topic. So anything you want covered, please put in the chat and we'll work on getting a presentation for you. At this point in time, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Don Singleton, who has a long title here at the district. I just call her our district compliance officer, who handles a number of things. Attendance is one of those things. And she's a leader of our district attendance team, and she will introduce herself, and the team will go from there.
Good evening, parents. Good evening, parents. My name is Dawn Singleton. I am the district pupil accounting and compliance facilitator, and I also oversee the three buildings, the attendance officers. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, ladies. Miss Oliver.
Hi, I'm Miss Oliver, and I'm at Chandler Park Academy's elementary school.
Hello, everybody. My name is Maya Reed, and I am the attendance officer for the middle school.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Amelia White. I'm the attendance officer at the high school.
And if you guys didn't know, Mr. Williams is a part of our team because of his connectivity to you and the schools. So that's why his name is on the PowerPoint. So I'm gonna get us started. Just to go over a few things, our district attendance policy is located inside of your student code of conduct. It was given out to you at the various orientations, but we're just going to revisit the district attendance policy. Daily attendance is required in all classes. Parents will be expected to call the school each day of an absent or tardy, stating the reason for the absence. You've been introduced to the various attendance officers, and Miss White has a direct line, so it's on there if you want to jot it down, or we can put it in the chat at a later time. The middle school, you'll just call the main office. In the elementary school, you call the main office and you can get to Miss White. I'm sorry, Miss Oliver. We are mandated by the Wayne County Prosecuting Attorney's Office to report excessive unexcused absences. We urge and stress to you the importance of punctuality and good attendance for your student to attend school every day. There's called lawful school absences and unlawful. Lawful is sickness, they're sick, doctor's appointments, religious holidays, and family emergencies. Unexcused, unlawful, traffic, staying at home to babysit, too tired, traveling, needed at home. If there's weather, we will make the call for weather to excuse everybody for that. But during our little days that we were out for weather purposes, I did have a parent call me and say that that was the reason for the student not attending. Well, that student wasn't excused for their absence. Missed bus or kicked off the bus, or your student not immunized. Missing the bus or being kicked off the bus, it goes with attendance. Like if you know you have to be at school at 7:50, then you prepare yourself. The student needs to learn how to prepare themselves to get to their place on time. Kicked off the bus, if you get kicked off the bus, it's probably because of due to behavior. So that's another area. That is the reasoning why they're not lawful excuses. Attending school on time every day is the foundation that increases a student's learning potential and positive opportunities throughout life. It is also the law. And you see the School Code Act. If you want to jot it down and kind of go through it, it's a long blurb, but this is the basic information that's in there. All children from age 6 to 18 must attend school regularly. We have 9 months of school, 180 days, and 10% of that. So they only can miss school 10%, less than 10% to be considered chronically absent. So chronic absences equals 18 days for the whole school year. So just put in your mind, 2 days a month is too much. So 2 is too much. Chronic absenteeism, is missing too much for it just puts a kid in academically strengthful way. So you need to know what is being excused, and will excused absences is still accounted as an absence, plus an unexcused absence, plus suspensions, that equals chronic absenteeism. So I was looking at a student's attendance today. The student has some excused absences already for the month. Then he had some unexcused absences, 1 or 2 days, and then he was suspended for a day. So right now he's at like 4 absences for the month of February, and we have not been in school but like maybe 10 days for the month of February. So he's already considered chronic for the month. Attendance tracking. This is how we track attendance. We do the daily average attendance, and this is the reason why you'll hear from me when is a district-wide initiative to make sure that kids come to school, because if 75% daily attendance is not met throughout our district, then we'll have to make up a school day. So those 2 really cold days, we had 2 cold days, two days of really cold, and then we came back for Thursday and Friday. Well, we did not make 75% of the daily attendance those 2 days. So there is a possibility that we may have to add on 2 days to the end of the school year. So chronic absenteeism, we just explained that that's all absences, and truancy is like unexcused absences. So just think about it. You take them to the doctor, you don't call the attendance officer, and she has them. That's really a truant student. But we look at it consecutively to see if the kid is actually truant. Secondary is a little bit different. The way I just explained it could be elementary. Secondary is a little bit different because they have 6 classes, they're passing classes. So you have one, they come in second hour, they miss first hour, come in second hour, attends that class, does not attend the third class. That is a truant student in both buildings of middle school and high school. Excuse me. Recently, we're trying to get a handle of our chronic absenteeism students. So I've been provided with an opportunity to go to a PD, and this is what it looks like. Chronic PK first grade chronic absentee student. 9 times out of 10 may have the inability to read on grade level at 3rd grade. Then they leave there and they go to the middle school. They have lower achievement. Their grades are low. And then they are more likely, statistics shows that they are more likely to drop out of high school. And it's all because when they miss chronically, they're missing instruction. I was at the elementary school for a parent meeting, and the student was a kindergarten. He's a chronic absentee student that's attending kindergarten. And it's just the teacher, it was a good thing that we brought the teacher in to speak with the mom as well. And she just said, we have to reteach. So it's a reteaching thing that happens, but he's never caught up because the other kids are on something else, and he's starting all over again because he's not being in school every day. It's very important for school kids to attend school every single day. The district has what we call the wraparound approach. We know that all the time is not the fault of the parent. It's circumstances that could. So there are many situations that could prevent students from attending school. Chandler Park believes in a wraparound approach. So we have a team with the attendance officers, the school counselors, social workers, teachers, special education staff, school leaders, our teachers, Mr. Williams, and we also need our parents and our students to be a part of this team. The other circumstances is that could be that you have to go to work at a certain time and you don't believe that you can get the kid here before, at school time, or you have to wait for somebody to pick them up. I've heard like it's so many different circumstances. So did you know that we have before and after school latchkey that's located in the elementary school? Ms. Mack is the director of that program. Her telephone number is 248-508-6173. Did you know that all buildings open up at 7:30 and they will be served free breakfast, but all students have to go into the cafeteria. We know that our secondary schools, they like to wander a little bit, not so much the babies. The babies will do whatever you ask them to do, but it's the middle schoolers and the high schoolers that might wander, but they have to go into the cafeteria. And did you know that we have monthly celebrations? We celebrate perfect attendance every month, and we've been doing very well. We have a goal each month to increase the perfect attendance by 10%. Our new is coming up is for the January that's going to that we're celebrating January for February is most improved student. And did you know that 90% of the success is just by showing up? You show up, we're going to teach them. And that concludes my presentation. Do you have any questions for the team?
Parents, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can, Ms. Blake, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. I see your hand.
So I have a question about the truant students for the high school. What happens if the students, you have some students that go on field trips. They bring home a permission slip. They get it signed by the parent. They get it signed by the teachers whose class they're going to miss for that day for the field trip. And then those teachers don't put in the attendance. So then now you get phone calls, you get constant robocalls saying that the student is not in class, they missed class. You get letters in the mail saying that they missed so many days in this class or in that class and things like that, because the same teachers signed the permission slip for the students, and yet they don't put in the attendance at all. So what happens in that case? Because who corrects it?
Ms. White is going to answer your question.
So most of the time when they're going on a field trip, I do put in the what we call is IA for in-school activity. If they're absent any other time after that, that's what you're put in. If they're on a field trip, the person that is over the field trip normally sends us out a list of names. So I normally go in that day and put all whoever's on the trip.
I don't know, could you guys hear Ms. White?
So if you're getting some robocalls, then that's on the other hand of something else that they're missing.
Did you hear her, Ms. Blake?
Yeah, I mean, I heard her, but I mean, I guess that's a conversation that we'll have to have. Because like my student, she has a ton of absences on there, and I know for a fact that they're from field trips and it's not a in-school activity on them. I've asked, like, you need to have the teachers fix this, because I keep getting calls out there. We just got a letter in the mail not too long ago, for the same thing, about the absences. But that's another question. My second question is, as far as students, when you say like religious holidays, so everybody doesn't celebrate.
Right.
And so there are a lot of in-school activities that happen on holidays and parties and things like that. So is that considered a religious holiday? Because you don't want your student that doesn't celebrate to feel some kind of way by sending them to school in the environment that they don't participate in and things like that. So what happens with that? Do we just need to write a letter or
Well,
let the teacher know, or?
Yes, you would let the teacher know, Ms. Blake, regarding that, and it is an excused absence because it is your religious belief not to participate, right? It's your belief. So we don't force anything upon our parents as it comes to celebrations. However, just send a note, or what we can do is, let us know ahead of time, and then it could be excused ahead of time.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Blake. Ms. McCormick had a question. Ms. McCormick, I'm trying to figure out what grade is your child in? You said they received zeros when my child has received zeros for class assignments on school trips. Can you chime in right quick what grade your child is in? So I can have that school directly answer that question for me? And while I'm waiting on Ms. McCormick to try to answer that, any other parents have any other questions?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was so used to trying to stay on mute because I'm at work. She's
No,
in
you're good.
11th grade. She's
11th
in
grade?
11th grade. Yeah, she said she just went on a school field trip. And the teacher, she emailed me and she said she got a 0, missing assignment, whatever. She's like, well, that was the day I was on a field trip. So
okay,
I'm just trying to keep up on it because I got one of those 3.0 students and I'm trying to stay on it.
Okay.
We appreciate that. And I have Ms. White look up Ms. McCormick's student to figure out, you know what teacher that was, Ms. McCormick, right quick?
Actually, no, because I
Don't
have
worry
two.
about it. You're good.
One is the Spanish teacher. She keeps emailing me. No, yeah, Spanish teacher. And then the other one, I don't know. That the Spanish teacher, I don't think that has anything to do with this. But that's the only one that's emailing me. The other one, my daughter personally thinks her own grades, and so she was like, "Yeah, that was the day that we was on a field trip." So I don't know why I'm getting a 0 in her class for that day.
And
No problem, Ms. McCormick. I'm gonna have Ms. White.
Name?
What's the child's name again, Ms. McCormick?
Chelsea Williams.
Kelsey Willis?
Williams.
Chelsea Williams.
Kelsey, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, you going back to work. You good.
Mr. Williams?
Okay, yeah, let me mute
Yeah,
that.
we good. We got you. Don't worry about it. We got you.
Mr. Williams?
Okay.
Yes.
I want to jump in too, because if you're on a field trip, you definitely shouldn't get a 0 off the bat on that. You do have the opportunity to make it up. And I'm not saying that's your child's case, but eventually down the line, they will plug in a 0 if someone never makes it up. So it kind of depends what the time frame is too, but we'll definitely look at that student for sure.
Okay, great, Mr. Aaron. Thanks for the clarity. So again, parents, your child may be on a field trip, which is great. We're all about learning experiences, getting out into the city, but also if you do miss class for a field trip, your child still has to do the work and turn it in at a later date. The key is to make sure that they're getting that work turned back in. But any questions you always have, we're always here available to talk and get it all figured out, and we will get it figured out. Any other parents have any other questions? All right, I just want to make a few housekeeping. So Ms. Singleton talked about snow days and the possibility of making up snow days. The state only gives us so many snow days, parents, whether that's for snow, whether that's for weather. And then after that, we have to then start making up days. So you heard I think Mr. Anderson and Mr. Waters talk about, I know Mr. Erickson as well, about device pickup. Just in case we have to shift to virtual, which means the school will be closed down that day, but we'll still have school virtually. We need to make sure that every student has a device, a laptop, not a cell phone, a laptop at their house they can use. Parents, so if anybody is on the call that still needs a laptop, please reach out to your school's office. And again, this is a way for us, the state has given us additional days for like power outages, water main breaks, things of that nature, that we don't have to lose days and make up days at the end of the year. Because again, we keep closing down, and the weather we don't control the weather, so it is what it is. But those days have to be made up at the end of the year, which we're trying not to do. And that's why we're providing devices, electronic devices, to go home so we can have school virtually for those days like we did during the pandemic. So again, parents, if anybody here needs a device, please don't hesitate to reach out and to your school's office and pick up your device. Before we go, anybody have the last topics you want to hear us discuss in future meetings, please put that in the chat. Put your child's name and grade in the chat. I want to thank the principals for coming out tonight. We're not going to hold them any longer. Oh, I'm going to give you guys like 25 minutes. We got out early today. It's 6:05. I want to thank Ms. Singleton and the attendance team for coming out today. Ms. Singleton, Ms. Reed, Ms. Oliver, and Ms. White, thank you for your time. Parents, any questions you have about attendance, about truancy, about tardies, any of those things, missing assignments when it comes to attendance, please reach out to those three ladies directly, and we will make sure we'll assist you and support you and get it all set. One thing me and Ms. Singleton learned in our meetings we're going to, that if a kid misses 18 days of school year, by the time they become 12th grade, they've missed a whole year of school. And the data very clearly shows us that a student in the kindergarten misses that many days will immediately start to fall behind drastically. So just imagine your kid, and it's not hard to do. 2 days of school a month is 18 days for the year, but to miss a whole year of schooling is very costly to our students. It's not a Chandler Park issue, it's a national problem. Ever since the pandemic, across the country, for whatever reason, parents are not sending students to school. And so we're here to be a support network, a community to help you guys out, whatever issues you are facing, to help you make sure we can get these kids to school every day. All right. Again, thank you for coming. There's no other. Mr. Waters has his hand up. Go ahead, Mr. Waters.
Ms. Thomas, just to give you information, our 8th grade committee team met this last week. They are in the process of planning a meeting in the next 2 weeks in order to inform on the end of the year activities and on the assessment schedule for your students.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Waters. Any other questions? Ms. Blake, you got Mr. Ayers' personal cell phone number and Ms. Singleton too, so you don't need to wait to the meeting to come on and showing out like that. you can,
That this is what the meeting is for.
It is.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question?
No,
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Thompson, you got time?
Because I didn't hear some of it, so for the 8th grade, can I, within that meeting, when you do the meeting, is it possible to pay for the, because it's
Assessment?
$150, right?
Yes, it's possible. It's also possible to pay at any time, but you can also pay during that meeting.
Okay.
Yep.
So do I just I would just come to the front office to pay?
Yes, just come to the main office and they'll collect their dues.
Okay, I just want to know. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
No problem, Thompson. You're very welcome. Again, parents, we come every month for the principals are here. I'm here, the parent liaison for the district. We're excited to see you, and we're always willing to engage with you. But you never have to wait for this time. You know, our emails and will call us at the school, and it's our job to make sure that we are giving you support and giving you whatever support we can to make sure we get things cleared up and taken care of in a timely fashion. So I was just teasing Ms. Blake because we talk all the time, but whenever you have an issue, please reach out to the principals, attendance people, or myself, and we will make sure we start putting things in place to support you, whatever issue you or your child may have, because our goal is to make sure we all have a good understanding and everybody's moving forward successfully.
I do want to stress that, Mr. Williams, that please, parents, if you're having any issues on getting your students to school, it's best for you to contact the school attendance officer, and they will put you in touch with the right people to assist you in any way that we possibly can. Our goal is to educate, and we can't educate without them being here. So we're going to work really hard to assist in anything that you may need.
Thank you again, Ms. Hayward, and thank you for the district attendance team. Thank you, principals, and most importantly, thank you, parents, for coming. We see you guys. Hope to see you guys at the first Wednesday of the month. That's our Let's Talk parent meeting, which is more about social emotional support. And we had a great meeting last month talking about underage substance abuse. I mean, it's real, people. The war is real. So hope to see you guys in March, the first Wednesday in March, and you'll get information about that upcoming meeting very soon. If nothing else, parents, have a great night. Thank you, team, for showing up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for coming.
No problem.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you, Ms. Blake. I call
See
you.
you later.
I call you, buddy.
Okay.